video, we will be talking about how eating less and fasting could keep you feeling young and energized. This may not be rocket science, but I think the science behind it is pretty cool. So sit back, relax, and grab a snack. Or maybe don't, it might be better. You'll find out why in a second. And let's get into it. It's no secret that people dread the whole process of aging. It's this very complex system that involves genetic and lifestyle and environmental factors that all kind of manifest into various forms, including a change in your physical appearance, reduced physical and cognitive functions, and just an increase of susceptibility to different diseases, such as cancer and arthritis and cardiovascular disease, some of the leading causes of death. If you're a fan of The Lion King, you would know that death is just a part of the circle of life. It's this unavoidable and natural process that everybody has to go through. But in recent years, scientists have been working very hard in order to find different interventions that could potentially slow down or delay aging entirely, and they have been successful. One of these ways was through dietary manipulations. An example of this is calorie restrictions. Essentially, what calorie restrictions are is you are limiting the amount of calories that you are intaking by approximately 30 to 40% without malnutrition and without depriving yourself of the necessary nutrients. Think of it like a car. Just like your engine needs fuel in order to run, your body needs food in order to give you the energy to survive the rest of the day. But if you leave your engine on at a very fast pace for a long period of time, your engine will wear out much faster. It's the same with your body. High-calorie diets leads to an increase in inflammation and oxidative stress, and all of that speeds up the aging process. And because we want to all be time billionaires, it's important that we are minimizing the amount of calories that we are intaking in order to allow our bodies to be regulated in a state of homeostasis, which basically allows you to age at a much slower rate. But how exactly does it do that? It does this through different signaling pathways. The first one being the rapamycin or the TOR pathway. This is one of the most important pathways found in eukaryotic cells. It regulates growth and metabolism based on nutrient availability, including amino acids. Through this, you are basically increasing your catabolic processes, which means that you won't have any damaged or dysfunctional molecules because they will all be removed from your cell. And it reduces the anabolic processes, which means that you won't have any toxins just roaming around your body. And that reduces the oxidative stress in your body, one of the key cellular functions that leads to a decrease in longevity. It basically means that all your cells are healthy. The second pathway is the ILS pathway. Every single time you eat, you are releasing glucose into your body. And glucose might not be inherently bad, but when you have an excess of calories that you are intaking, glucose is released and inhibits a signal called insulin. When insulin is signaled, it then causes your cells to grow. By limiting the amount of calories you are eating, you are preventing insulin signaling. When there is a reduced amount of insulin signaling, there is a protein called FOXO that is able to move into your nucleus. When it moves into your nucleus, it turns on genes that promote longevity. Essentially, it is changing your body's genes from being growth genes to maintenance genes. The third pathway is the serotonin pathway. Sirtuins are these proteins that act as metabolic sensors and monitor the metabolic state of a cell. They require a molecule called NAD+ to function.
In fact, if you don't have NAD in your body, you'd be dead in about 30 seconds.
Whenever you are put under nutritional stress, which is calorie restrictions because we're limiting the amount of calories you are intaking, then your body is able to release more NAD+. Whenever NAD+ is released, serotonins are released. And the overexpression of these serotonins leads to an increase in your longevity. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about the science behind intermittent fasting and how it can promote longevity and your energy levels. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I would love to hear about your own experience with intermittent fasting and calorie restrictions.